obviously being a fourth liner, I knew that we were going to play together, and I mean, the connection got on right away with all of us, and then after that, he had the period where he didn't play, and he kept grinding, kept working, and it's fun to see guys that are like like Carpi, like Tuna, like Thomas Tartar. Sometimes like it's the way it is. Like other guys take the spots, and you just have to wait for your turn. And when you come in, just do an impact, and this is what he's been doing. So obviously fun for me to be able to have a guy like him that's just work, 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 and then suddenly come in the lineup and just like put his head down and just work.
How much pride do you take when you guys have a shift and you can see it picks up the bench, your energy?
Well, this is something that we talked about. That obviously the focus for our line is not to chase a goal. Like it's to try to play as solid defensively as we can, be reliable in each other, and then like try to create some kind of chaos. So when we come on the bench, you can tell guys are pumped up. So it's like obviously we take a lot of pride, but that's our role. Like our first lines, they're gonna have long ice times, and they're gonna get tired at one point. And it's our job to make sure that when they're at that low and they're tired, that by the energy we give on the ice, they get pumped up and they're not just picked up, and they're going on the ice and finish the game for us. So I think any of the team that come to the Stanley Cup final has to have fourth line that play the right way. Otherwise, no one of both teams would be here today.
Is Marc Andre Fleury the most normal goalie you've ever played with?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And, I mean, he just completely unflappable, it seems.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's not just because of the experience. I think he's the kind of guy that through his entire career he's been like he's trying to learn every day. I feel like, and because of that, it give him the opportunity to always reflect on something he can do a little bit better. So whenever he makes a save or whenever he makes something that's unbelievable in his career, I'm pretty sure he always has something he's thinking like, okay, I can maybe do this a little bit better. So when you do think this way, then you just become naturally humble and you are not thinking too big of yourself. And I don't know how many times this year, like, you make a mistake and he's like, saving your ass out there, and you go to him and it's like, yeah, it's a nice save, I should position myself better, but it's a nice save. Like, you're like, well, okay. We don't see the game same way. So no, it's I think in this room we're all really lucky to have him, and we're all really lucky to be able to pick up a few things for him. This is the kind of player you want to pick up stuff from.
It's almost like he was the perfect guy for this situation.
Absolutely.
It seems, I think,
Absolutely. I mean, we have a team that we knew from the start we were not have no specially designed superstars. And I think the organization was put an emphasis on that, and our superstar is the most humble guy in the room. So it's fun for all of us to have him. He's an example, like I said, and every day when it comes to the rink, you can tell when you go on the ice, it's like you almost have to stop him because he's going to be on the ice for too long because he loves it. So like I said, it's this kind of guy you want to have in your room that you want to pick up stuff from, because those are the guys that you learn and you make you be able to be staying in the league a little longer.
11 and 10, when you guys score first in the playoffs, how important does that? How much does that help your job on the ice when you go out there and there's already a lead?
I don't know. I felt like through the season and through the playoff, even if we were the team, it was a tie game or we were under, I didn't feel like we changed really our way to play. It's always better to not chase, obviously, but I don't feel like we feel especially different when we're under. Like we know we have to keep going. The game is not over until the last whistle is blown. So I feel like we've been keeping our composure pretty well, either that we're on top or we are chasing.
Do you think, obviously, they're going to come out and try to get that first goal?
Wow.
Does that change your approach heading into the beginning of the game?
Well, I mean, it's one more time. It's another chance in our game, in our building, that we have to make sure that we come out as strong as we can. The first few shifts are going to be key, and the way we play is going to be key. We've been focusing since the beginning of the playoff on us and not especially focusing on who we're playing against, and tomorrow it's going to be the same thing. We have to focus on our game. When we play our game, then we're a tough team to beat.
And looking at game two, in your own end, what are some of the things you guys have to do a little bit better?
I feel like at some times we have to realize when there is a play or when there is no play. A few times, and once again, I mean, credit is deserved where they deserve it, and sometimes we tried to make it late because we felt like we had the room, and they created turnover. So it's not just us missing the play; it's them playing a good game. But I feel like sometimes simplify and make sure that all right, that puck has to go out to any price instead of maybe thinking like I can try that play there because down the line, 3 shifts later, maybe that play created the goal that we're going to get against. So.
Luca mentioned communication and
Yeah.
that Washington likes to utilize the back of the net a lot. Just how important is that going to be in game 2?
Well, they have their forward is staying quite high and wait for the puck to cross the goalie line to just go down, and so sometimes the D and the center especially have to communicate really hard, make sure that because if the guy is high, it's mine. If the guy goes low, maybe it's going to be yours. So it's huge. Any part of the game, when you can have a good communication, usually help the game big time.
What has Reeves' talent and his personality done for your team?
It's exactly the same guy as all the guys here. We all came in one goal to help each other, and he's playing the way to just make the game easier for me or for Nosy, and that's what we're trying to give back to him. So we're just trying to, one more time, just trying to just help each other.
You guys talk a lot about how you don't care who scores as long as the puck finds the back of the net. You've been on the doorstep a lot in the last few games. Do you feel like you're right there, like you're about to get one, like it's coming?
Oh, it doesn't really matter. If the goals come, it's fun. But if we lose the game and I score, who will give a damn that I score, right? So it's not just to say. Like I said, if we get game number 2 and I have 0 goals, 0 shot, but I played a good game for the team, it's as good a satisfaction for me as it is.
Pierre, going back to Ryan Reeves, how is